Have you ever been out on the water and seen a whole fleet of sailboats racing? It's pretty incredible, right? But it can also feel kind of intimidating. Well, what if I told you that making the leap from just cruising around to actually racing is way more accessible than you think? Let's break down exactly how you can get started.
Okay, first things first, let's just get rid of the whole idea of racing as this intense, cutthroat thing. It's really not. I love this quote from sailor Jimmy Urko, who says a big regatta is basically a sailing camp for adults. And he's right. It's all about learning, sharing, and just having a good time with the community.
So why even do it? Why make that switch from a relaxing afternoon sail to the starting line of a race? What's the real draw? Well, let's get into the why behind it all, because it's about so much more than just winning.
Look, here's the bottom line. If you want to get better at sailing, and I mean really good, racing is the ultimate shortcut. It just forces you to learn everything so much faster, from trimming your sails perfectly to making quick tactical decisions. Think about it. Every other boat out there is giving you instant feedback on how you're doing.
But honestly, the skills are only part of it. The real magic happens beyond the finish line. You're not just joining a race, you're becoming part of this passionate community. We're talking about the parties, the shared tips back at the dock, and getting advice from experienced sailors who are genuinely stoked to help you out.
This right here, this quote from Rick Scarborough just nails it. He compares it to dancing. It's not about brute force. It's about finding this rhythm, this synchronization with the wind, the water, and your crew. It's about making every move smooth and graceful. That's the real goal.
All right, so let's pull back the curtain and look at the playbook. From the shore, all the rules in the course can seem really complicated, but I promise you, once you decode the basics, you'll see it's a pretty simple and elegant game.
Most of the time, especially when you're starting out, you're going to see what's called a windward-leeward course. This is the bread and butter of sailboat racing, and the name tells you pretty much everything you need to know. It's all about testing how well you can sail up into the wind and then back downwind.
And seriously, don't let the word racecourse freak you out. It sounds so official, but the layout is incredibly simple. The entire playing field, the whole game, it all just boils down to 3 main points on the water. That's it.
So here's how it works. You've got your starting line, right? It's just an imaginary line between the committee boat and a floating buoy. Your job is to sail from there upwind to the windward mark, round it, and then sail all the way back downwind to the leeward mark. The whole race is just doing laps between those 2 points. Simple as that.
Now the start itself is like a carefully choreographed dance. It's a 5-minute countdown with flags and horns. So at 5 minutes, your class flag goes up. 4 minutes, another flag. Then at 1 minute, that flag comes down. And when your class flag finally drops at 0, bam, you're off. It might seem like a lot, but it's all designed to give everyone time to get positioned for a fair start.
So how do you actually handle that final chaotic minute? For a clean, low-stress start, here's a simple game plan. First, get on starboard tack. That gives you the right-of-way over most boats. Then, find a nice little gap on the line. You can control your speed by luffing your sail, just letting it flap a little. And then, with about 10 seconds to go, you sheet in, power up, and hit that line at full speed right as the horn goes off.
Okay, the official rulebook is thick, but you absolutely do not need to know all 50+ rules to get started safely. You really only need to know 3. You probably know them already. Port starboard. If the wind is coming over your right side, you have right-of-way. Windward-leeward. The boat that's downwind has right-of-way. And overtaking. If you're passing someone, they have the right-of-way. Master those 3, and you'll stay out of trouble.
Okay, are you feeling ready to get out there? I hope so. Let's talk about the practical side of things, the actual steps you can take to join a fleet. And trust me, there are plenty of easy, low-pressure ways to get your feet wet.
The easiest way to start is actually from the shore. Just go watch a race. Get a feel for the flow. Then volunteer to crew on a boat. Skippers are almost always looking for an extra pair of hands, and it is hands down the best way to learn. Or you could even volunteer for the race committee to see how the whole event is run from the inside.
You should also know that there are different flavors of racing. You've got your beer can races, which are usually super casual weeknight things that are more about having fun and grabbing a beer after. Then you have regattas, which are a bit more organized, usually on weekends and a little more competitive, but with bigger parties. You can totally pick the style that fits your vibe. On race day itself, there are just a couple of things to know so you feel prepared. Always go to the skipper's meeting. That's where you'll get the latest info on the course and conditions. And you'll see 2 key documents: the notice of race, which is the big picture overview of the event, and the sailing instructions, which have all the specific details you need for that day's race.
So after all this, the starts, the tactics, the rules, what's the end game? What do you really walk away with? Let's talk about the real trophy, because I can tell you it's rarely made of metal.
This quote from Bob Dirac just says it all, doesn't it? The experience of being at a regatta is such a powerful learning tool. The amount you learn in just a few days from the constant feedback and the tips from other sailors, it will advance your skills faster than years of just sailing by yourself ever could. That skill, that confidence, that is the real prize.
So you see, racing is about so much more than just going fast. It's about skill, it's about community, and it's about finding that perfect rhythm with the elements. It's an open invitation to become a more confident, more connected sailor. The wind and the water are out there waiting for you. So, are you ready to join the dance?
If you want to stop sailing solo, the Buccaneer 18 class is the best place to learn the steps.
You get awesome mentors and access to our exclusive tech vault with all the tuning secrets.
So don't just watch from the shore. Head over to buccaneer18.org and find your local fleet.
And hey, if you like this, help us make more. Hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you out there.